a light-hearted, imaginative reflection on love, space, and mornings. The bedroom was quiet except for the faint hum of the city outside and the gentle tick of the vintage wall clock. Sunlight crept across the hardwood floor, and the aroma of last night's lavender candle still lingered faintly in the air. Mark stirred first. He opened one eye, then the other, and smiled. The clock said 6:37 a.m., a time most mortals would loathe, but for Mark Consuelos, it was just about perfect. This was the sacred hour. The world hadn't really begun yet. Emails weren't flying, scripts weren't calling, and the kids, well, the kids were technically grown now. The only thing that mattered at this moment was that he was here, in bed, next to her. Kelly. She lay on her side, hair a tousled halo, mouth slightly open, clearly lost in a dream involving her getting 7 full hours of uninterrupted sleep, a rare and mythical event. Mark reached over gently, like a lion trying not to wake the gazelle. His arm snaked around her waist, warm, solid, the arm of a man who loved deeply and cuddled harder. But before he could pull her into what he imagined would be a cozy, movie-like moment of sunrise snuggles and whispered nothings, a sharp sound pierced the silence. "Ah," Kelly mumbled, eyes still closed, but tone firm. "Don't." Mark froze, mid-cuddle. "What?" he whispered, confused but still smiling. "I need a minute," she said. Now, in any other household, this might have been brushed off. But in the Ripa Consuelos household, "I need a minute," had the gravity of a court injunction. Kelly opened one eye now. "Mark, I love you, but it's morning. The sun has barely made peace with the sky, and you're already trying to turn me into a human-weighted blanket." He laughed, pulling his arm back in surrender. "Sorry," he said, chuckling. "I just thought it'd be nice." "I know," she said, sitting up slightly and stretching like a cat. "But here's the thing. I've spent all night sharing this mattress with you, this human furnace who, I might add, sleeps diagonally. I wake up roasting half the time." Mark rolled onto his back, mock offended. "I sleep in a perfectly normal position. You sleep like a man trying to audition for a mattress commercial, except the mattress is the entire bed." She smirked and reached for the remote, turning on the TV. The news played softly, a story about a raccoon who had become a local mascot for a bakery. Mark watched her, admiring the way her hair caught the light and the way her sarcasm was somehow both brutal and affectionate. "I'm just saying," she continued, "I love you more than my morning coffee, which is saying something, but I also need like 25 minutes to become a person." 25 minutes, at least. There was a pause. Mark reached over to the nightstand, grabbed his phone, and began typing something. Kelly arched an eyebrow. "What are you doing?" "Scheduling my cuddles for 7:05 a.m. daily," he said, showing her the calendar entry. "Respectfully waiting for consent before morning contact." She laughed. A real one, not just the laugh she gave to studio cameras or the polite chuckles she doled out to avoid offending interns. "You're ridiculous." "I'm romantic," he corrected. Kelly leaned back on the pillows. "You're both. Which is why I keep you around. That and the fact that you make a mean green juice." Mark stood, stretching in nothing but a pair of gym shorts, already radiating that early morning Peloton dad energy. As he padded toward the kitchen, Kelly sat back, enjoying the moment of stillness. The truth was, she adored him. His touch, his voice, his tendency to talk to the dog like it was a person. But in the morning, before the caffeine hit and before she remembered which one of the Real Housewives was currently in legal trouble, she just needed a little space. This wasn't news to Mark. After more than 2 decades of marriage, he'd long ago realized that love wasn't just about roses and hand-holding. Sometimes it was about knowing when not to touch, when to wait, when to let the silence stretch until she was ready to meet the day. Moments later, he returned with 2 mugs, hers, a comically oversized cup that said, "Queen of Everything," and his, a normal human-sized mug with a chip on the rim. "Peace offering," he said, handing it to her. She took it gratefully and sipped. "Acceptable." They sat in companionable silence for a few minutes, watching the morning unfold. Outside, the city was waking up, cars honking softly, birds trying to remember their lyrics. Kelly set her mug down. "You may now apply for a cuddle," she said, tilting her head toward him like a benevolent monarch. Mark grinned, sliding over and gently pulling her close. This time, she didn't pull away. "See," he murmured, "good things come to those who wait." Kelly rested her head on his shoulder, her eyes still on the TV, but her hand now laced with his. "You're lucky you're cute," she whispered. "I get that a lot." Epilogue. Later that day, Kelly told the story on Live with Kelly and Mark, exaggerating only slightly for comedic effect. She reenacted Mark's early morning attempt at affection, complete with theatrical gasping and blanket tossing. The audience roared with laughter, and Mark played along, pretending to be wounded. But anyone watching closely, especially those who've been in love for more than a decade, could see the truth in the teasing. Because love, real love, is not always poetic or Pinterest-worthy. Sometimes it's saying, "Don't touch me," before coffee. It's knowing your partner's rhythms, moods, and the exact temperature they can tolerate in bed. It's giving them space, even when you want to be close. It's cuddling, eventually. And when the cameras turned off, and the lights dimmed, they went home. He made dinner, she poured the wine, and later, just before bed, she reached for him. This time, no minute needed. Just them. Together. Perfectly timed. Let me know if you'd like a version of this formatted like an editorial, a script, or even as a humorous dialogue.